Hello everyone, it's a man of Manetheren here, and I am coming to you with a video to point out a few problems that are really microcosms of the issues that we see across the board in Amazon's rings of sewers. Now, these are consecutive scenes and they follow the hobbits because they're hobbits, they're just Harfoots, but Harfoots are hobbits, and I don't care what the showrunners say. They're wrong. In any case, that's neither here nor there. First issue is scene setup. And in this scene, Sad Sack Burrows has just, with a snap of his fingers, dismissed his ladies in waiting. And he is now in a position where he's very suspicious of the area, and a blanket gets taken off of some poles to his left. And this startles poor Sad Sack. And he looks over and he doesn't see what happened. Now, this camera framing here, when we look at this, should tell us that he can still see the hobbit who took the blanket and see the blanket was taken. Because just because it goes off of camera, from our view, the viewer's point of view, the viewer understands naturally that Sad Sack has a different point of view and sees a lot more than just what's on the camera. The scene setup is the problem. There's nothing for the hobbit to grab the blanket and hide behind so that he doesn't see what happened or the blanket or who took it. But the camera pans around and looks to his right, and all of a sudden, as he's looking to his left, the two lamps that we see there are snatched away by a hobbit, and she runs off in front of him with a light source that would be visible even if the individual wasn't. The scene setup is poor. There's a rock there that she could have hid behind. Now, it still wouldn't change the fact that there's a light source that he could still see, and that he could see would be moving behind the rock. But you can set that up to maybe even be a larger rock that is shaped in a way that would hinder the movement of light from being visible from this side of the rock. It's a real simple issue to resolve as a filmmaker, and they haven't done it. Sad Sack, as the writers have written him, is completely inept at what looks to be a simple human faculty of visualizing what is right in front of your face and understanding that, hey, someone's taken my stuff. So that scene gets followed up then with this scene where the hobbits with the lamps and the blankets are dragging, and I mean with extraordinary hobbit-like effort, pulling this cart up a hill with Stranger Wizard in it. And of course they're having an argument because that's the only thing that the writers can think of writing. They can't have real intelligent discussions, just people talking at each other. And the hobbits finally get up the hill after much effort and much discussion, arguing, whatever. And they stop the cart at the top of the hill. And then they start having a face-to-face confrontation now. And at some point, they even look toward the cart, or at least one of them does, looks toward the cart and then back at her friend whom she's arguing with the cart still in view of both their peripherals. And then we have this wonderful little trope of the baby carriage that starts rolling down the hill. They're not doing anything. And then they finally realize, hey, look, that cart that's been in our peripheral vision this entire time is leaving us. And so now the chase begins. And this cart rolls down the hill, and we see that the hobbits are now giving chase, not really catching up to it at all, because let's face it, that's a pretty definitive incline that a wheel is going to have an easy time heading down. And the hobbits aren't going to catch up. Then what happens? Scene cuts, and now the man is safe in some sort of shelter, and the hobbits are taking care of him. But the problem is that there was no resolution to the chaos that they were presenting just in the form of comic relief. Because that's all they cared about was the comic relief. They didn't care about the issue resolution. But we have scenes here where the readers or the viewers have something that is discordant being presented to them. How did the hobbits catch up to that cart? After putting so much effort trying to get the cart up the hill, how did they stop the cart with its downward momentum? How is this man not in a crumble of broken wood on this cart? A lot of questions are raised just by this simple little thing that these writers thought, oh, well, let's do something humorous and put this in there. And then when they come to the part, well, we need to have him safe and sound in this hut. So, all right, we got it. How'd they get there? And the writers have no clue how to write something like that. Because to them, it was more important to have the chaos element in there added in to put a break in the monotony of the arguing that we're being bored to death with, than it is to actually see them use any sort of skill that they may have and actually build up their character. It's very, very poor writing. And these scenes are just stuck in there for simple little purposes because it's all cookie cutter stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with building up the story, building up the characters, and making something that is enjoyable rather than discordant for the viewers to watch. You want to know why viewers are not happy with the show? It's not about the racism. It's not about the sexism. None of that, like you want to sit there and say that we have problems with. It's because you can't tell a good story and you can't respect the lore. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'd love to see what you think. And we will see you on the next video. Chagar Navran, Taishar Manetharan.